Hey, Florida District family. Steph and I wanted to take a minute just to say hello. It's probably been like 2 weeks, no, I think 3 weeks since we've been able to be in any of the district churches, and we are definitely missing you. I'm missing potlucks, which I never thought I would say.
Never.
But I'm missing potlucks, and I'm missing having the opportunity to preach, and I'm missing having the opportunity to hang out with pastors. That's 3 things that start with P. I'm sure there's some other ones that I'm missing as well. But we're definitely missing you, and we wanted to take a chance to say hello, and also wanted to take a chance to say thank you. We wanted to say thanks for the way that you're going above and beyond. In fact, those are probably the 2 words that we've talked about the most in the last couple of weeks, are above and beyond. We're just seeing story after story of pastors and people who are going above and beyond in being the body of Christ in their unique neighborhood and their unique city. And we're just so proud of you, so thankful to God for your ministry. A couple of my favorite stories that I've heard, we've had so many churches that had no online presence when it came to streaming their weekend services. And over the last 2 weeks, those churches have had to learn how to use new technology. And so many of them are streaming services for the very first time, and they're doing it so well. One of my favorite stories was out of our church in Lake City. I think the first week that they had went online, they had like 190 some people commenting on their service, and just blown away at how people that maybe weren't connected to the church are beginning to connect to the church in a time like this. It's incredible how God is taking something that maybe the enemy would have wanted to use for evil, and God is using it for good to reach more and more people with the gospel. That's been one of my favorite things I've seen. Steph, is there anything that you've seen lately that have just been a sign of above and beyond that has encouraged you?
Some of our pastors' spouses, they're coming alongside their spouses that are preaching or trying to deliver online messaging, and they're becoming the tech team. Maybe the churches haven't had a tech team, but now they do have a tech team. But that's also an area that I wouldn't be comfortable in, and having to learn that and be that. So the help that you've brought alongside the church in that time. Another thing is youth pastors. You're reaching out to students on Wednesday evenings, trying to connect students to still be engaged in the Word or connecting, because they're also not able to connect, and that brings anxiety and all sorts of things. So just finding unique ways and creative ways to allow your students to stay connected, still having kids at home, that's important. Yeah. Online
Zoom groups for students, and I love our district children's pastor, Ryan Martin. He and his family put together a midweek online VBS this last week. What a cool resource for churches. I've been blown away as I have seen our Sunday school classes and small groups learn new technology. One of my favorite ones the other day was one of our senior adult small groups, Sunday school classes, had moved everything they were doing online, and there was a picture on Facebook of almost 20 senior adults in the Sunday school class that were meeting on Zoom for the first time. And man, it just put a huge smile on my face to know that the church is still able to connect and care for people and disciple people in a time like this. I've loved seeing the way that our churches are caring for the most vulnerable in our communities.
Connecting, like asking neighbors via maybe they have a community online group, a Facebook group that they're able to post their needs, and families that live close to them are able to try and help get those needs to them by going to grocery stores. Some of the other ways,
picking up prescriptions, I've seen
prescriptions. Even like the Chalk Your Walk, that was kind of cool to see, because people are still trying to get out and be a part of their community at a safe distance.
Safe distance. We're probably too close.
Probably. But just even stuff like that encourages families to be as close as they can in this time of uncertainty or high anxiety. Back to our Florida district pastor, Ryan, he's also trying to create, or getting ready to create, a Monday, Thursday resource that's going to be Facebook streamed, I think pre-recorded and put out for Monday, Thursday service, and then also a Good Friday service. So he's trying to pre-record some of those things to resource families out on live stream.
That's awesome. So there's a family Holy Week experience of some sort.
Yeah, the district's children council has like either a meeting or resourcing family meeting on this Monday, Thursday.
Awesome.
So they're trying to find unique ways to resource families that can't not be together outside of their home.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's just above and beyond the way that you're serving. Our churches that have food pantries have moved from everyone having to come inside the pantry to get food. Now they're doing drive-through food pantries. I mean, just the creativity, the innovation, and the dedication to being the body of Christ in this unique season has really just been above and beyond, and we're just so absolutely proud of you. One thing that's kind of a little heavy on our heart is because of the current pandemic, we're having to cancel our district advance this year, and we were so looking forward to getting to celebrate all that God has done in this past year and getting to cast vision for the year ahead. Our theme for this year's district advance was going to be Waymaker, and we were going to talk about how our God is a way-making God, and He calls us to be waymakers who make a way for people to find their way to God. And it's kind of ironic, I feel like, that we find ourselves in a season that may feel a little bit like a desert season. And our God, we know, is a God who makes a way through the desert. He makes a way in the wilderness. And we're seeing that firsthand right now as God is making a way in a season that maybe the enemy had desired to use for harm for the movement of God. God is redeeming that, and He is helping people find their way back to God in ways that probably would never have happened had it not been for these current circumstances. And so we're excited and we are thrilled to be a part of God's work in this unique season. And we want you to know that we're praying for you in this season, that you would hear clearly from God about the unique work that He has for you to do in your unique community, in your unique city, in this unique season.
Hello. Welcome to the Schaefer household, where we have loud dogs and yummy food. Have a great day.